When we talk about the ancient world, the Great Pyramid of Giza always comes forward as a symbol of both human genius and mystery. But what most people don't know is that beneath its well-known triangular silhouette lies a network of unanswered questions that have puzzled historians, scientists, and explorers for centuries. It is not just a massive tomb, it is a book written in stone, each block hiding clues to a forgotten knowledge. Imagine a structure built more than 4,500 years ago, with stones weighing several tons each, transported from quarries miles away. Modern cranes would struggle to move these blocks, yet somehow, without advanced machinery, the builders not only moved them, but also placed them with precision so exact that even a sheet of paper can fit between the stones. This level of engineering is still hard to replicate today. Some researchers believe the builders used ramps and manpower, but the sheer mathematics involved raises more questions than it answers. Were they truly using only wooden sledges and ropes? Or did they possess knowledge of techniques now lost to us? Inside the pyramid, narrow shafts point towards specific constellations, almost like a cosmic alignment, connecting the pharaoh's resting place to the heavens. How did the ancient Egyptians know the exact position of Orion, S-Belt, or Sirius with such accuracy? Astronomers say these alignments are not accidents, they were deliberate, which means the builders had a knowledge of the stars that rivals even some modern observatories. There are also hidden chambers inside the pyramid, only recently discovered by advanced scanning technology. One massive void was found above the Grand Gallery, a space that has never been entered by humans. What could be inside? Is it simply an architectural feature to relieve pressure, or could it be something deliberately sealed away by the ancients? Theories range from secret texts to lost treasures, but the truth still remains locked in silence. And it's not just the construction or the alignments. The pyramid itself has physical properties that baffle scientists. Studies show that the chambers resonate with sound in unusual ways, almost as if they were designed to amplify vibrations. Could the ancient Egyptians have understood acoustics and energy in a way we cannot imagine? Some even speculate that the pyramid was not merely a tomb, but a kind of energy machine, a monument built for purposes far beyond burial rituals. Legends from travelers and historians have always surrounded the Great Pyramid. From Herodotus in ancient Greece to Arab scholars centuries later, each described details that mix reality with myth. Some spoke of secret passages that led deep underground, others of treasures hidden beneath the desert sands. Even today, many believe that something greater lies hidden, waiting to be revealed when humanity is ready. What makes the mystery even deeper is how similar stories appear in other ancient cultures. Structures in South America, Mesopotamia, and Asia also align with the stars, use massive stones, and contain hidden passages. Were all these civilizations working with the same knowledge, or was it just coincidence? This question continues to ignite debates among historians and scientists alike. The Great Pyramid remains a silent guardian of secrets. Its stones have seen empires rise and fall, yet they stand as firmly as they did thousands of years ago. Every discovery inside only leads to more questions, pulling us deeper into the unknown. It challenges us to rethink not only history, but the very capabilities of our ancestors. Maybe the true purpose of this wonder was never meant to be solved. It was meant to inspire awe, to remind us that the ancient world still holds keys to mysteries beyond imagination. Among all the mysteries of the ancient world, one that continues to astonish both scientists and travelers alike is the lost city of Petra in Jordan. Hidden deep within rose-red mountains, Petra is not simply a city, it is a statement carved into stone, a testament to the ambition and creativity of a civilization long gone. When you first step through the narrow passage known as the Sikh, a corridor of towering cliffs, you are suddenly confronted with the iconic facade of Al-Khazneh, the treasury. It rises before you like a scene from another world, its columns and statues glowing under the desert sun. But the true wonder of Petra is not just its beauty. It is the unanswered question of how and why this hidden city was created in such an unforgiving land. The Nabateans, the builders of Petra, were a mysterious people. They left behind no great written records, no vast libraries, and yet they built one of the most advanced urban centers of their time. Imagine carving entire buildings out of solid rock, not just small houses, but temples, tombs, theaters, and marketplaces. Each detail of Petra, from its precise geometry to its intricate decorations, required engineering skills and tools that are still debated today. How could they achieve such perfection in the middle of a desert without the technology we rely on today? Water was another puzzle. Petra lies in an arid region where rainfall is scarce, yet the Nabateans managed to turn it into a thriving city. They developed a complex system of aqueducts, channels, and underground cisterns that collected and stored every drop of rainwater. This system was so efficient that the city could support tens of thousands of inhabitants. To modern engineers, the design is nothing short of genius, showing that the Nabateans understood hydrology at a level far beyond what we would expect for their time. But Petra is more than just an engineering marvel. It is also wrapped in myth. Some legends say that the treasury was not a tomb at all, but a hiding place for untold riches. Others believe that Petra was a spiritual center, where rituals connected humans with the divine. When you walk among its silent rock-cut monuments, it is easy to feel that sense of sacred mystery. Some travelers even describe Petra as if it were a city built not for humans, but for gods. What makes Petra even more fascinating is its disappearance. For centuries after its peak, the city faded from history, swallowed by sand and forgotten by the world. When Swiss explorer Johann Burckhardt rediscovered it in 1812, he described it as though he had stumbled upon a dream, an entire city hidden away, untouched for ages. How could such a great center of civilization vanish so completely, leaving behind no explanation? Was it war? Was it trade routes shifting? Or was it something more? Some researchers suggest earthquakes destroyed its infrastructure. Others whisper about secrets yet undiscovered beneath the stone. Archaeologists continue to find clues. Recent satellite images and ground scans reveal that much of Petra may still be buried underground. Entire neighborhoods, temples, and possibly even unknown chambers. Could Petra hold hidden archives or treasures sealed away? Every excavation seems to open new doors, but the city refuses to give up all of its secrets. And perhaps that is the greatest power of Petra. It is not just a ruin to be studied. It is a reminder of how fragile and mysterious history can be. A city that thrived in the desert, built by a people who mastered stone, water, and trade, only to vanish into silence. Today, when you stand among the towering facades, you can almost hear echoes of life that once filled its streets. Merchants calling out their wares, priests chanting in temples, children running through the canyons. Petra lives on not only in stone, but in the imagination of everyone who sees it. The Red City challenges us to think, what other great civilizations might still lie hidden, waiting to be discovered? If Petra could remain a secret for centuries, how many more wonders are still beneath the sands of history, untouched, waiting for us to uncover them? Far out in the desert of Peru lies one of the strangest mysteries of the ancient world, the Nazca Lines. From the ground, they appear as nothing more than shallow grooves carved into the dry soil. But from above, they form giant shapes, animals, plants, geometric figures, and even what some believe look like astronauts. The scale is staggering. Some of these figures stretch hundreds of meters across the desert floor. But the most haunting question is, why were they created? And how could people who never had the ability to fly design something that could only be fully seen from the sky? The Nazca civilization flourished between 200 BCE and 600 CE, and they lived in one of the driest places on Earth. Despite their environment, they developed remarkable irrigation systems, advanced pottery, and unique art. But their greatest enigma is the lines. Imagine ancient workers carefully removing the top layer of dark stones to reveal the lighter sand beneath, drawing straight lines and perfect curves over vast distances. No modern machines, no satellites, no aerial perspective, yet the precision is flawless. Some lines run for kilometers in perfectly straight paths, something even today's engineers find difficult without advanced tools. Scholars have long debated their purpose. Some believe the lines were part of astronomical calendars, aligning with the sun, moon, and stars to mark solstices and seasonal changes. Others argue they were sacred pathways, meant to be walked during rituals to honor gods of fertility and water. A few suggest they may have been offerings, vast messages drawn into the earth for divine beings to see from above. Then there are theories that reach into the realm of the extraordinary, that the Nazca people were trying to communicate with visitors from the sky, perhaps even beings not of this world. The sheer variety of figures adds to the puzzle. There is a spider stretching across the desert, a monkey with a spiraled tail, a hummingbird with wings so wide they could cover a football field, and a mysterious humanoid figure waving as if signaling to someone far above. Each design seems to carry symbolic meaning, yet no one has fully unlocked the code. Were they myths written into the earth, prayers for rain in a desert land, or a cosmic message meant to last forever? Even today, scientists are uncovering new geoglyphs hidden beneath the desert sands, revealed only by drones and modern imaging technology. Some figures are so faint they can only be seen with advanced cameras, suggesting that the Nazca people may have created hundreds more than we once believed. It raises another question. If they went to such incredible effort, then the purpose must have been more profound than decoration or simple ritual. Standing among the lines, you might feel nothing extraordinary, just empty desert stretching in every direction. But from the air, when the patterns reveal themselves, the effect is breathtaking. It is as if the desert itself has become a giant canvas, carrying messages from a people who disappeared long ago. And perhaps that is the greatest mystery of the Nazca lines. They are not just art, not just science, but something beyond both. They show us the determination of humans to reach for meaning, to leave behind something that speaks across centuries, something that endures even when civilizations vanish. Whether they were maps to the stars, offerings to gods, or signals to visitors from the heavens, the Nazca lines remain one of the most powerful reminders that the ancient world was filled with ideas, ambitions, and dreams that still escape our full understanding. In the heart of Cambodia's dense jungle stands one of the most breathtaking creations of the ancient world, Angkor Wat. At first glance, it looks like a massive temple complex, but in truth, it is much more than that. It is a symbol of power, spirituality, and advanced engineering that has survived nearly 1,000 years of storms, wars, and the unstoppable growth of nature. Built in the early 12th century by King Suryavarman II, Angkor Wat was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, but later it became a sacred site for Buddhists. Stretching across more than 400 acres, it is the largest religious monument ever built. Its sheer size is overwhelming. Gigantic stone walls, intricate carvings, and towers rising like lotus buds towards the sky. Yet, the mystery lies not only in its beauty, but also in the unanswered questions surrounding its construction and purpose. How did ancient builders transport and carve such enormous stones without modern machinery? Some blocks weigh several tons, yet they were stacked with such precision that the temple has stood strong for centuries. The sandstone was transported from quarries miles away, possibly using rafts and elephants, but the exact logistics remain unclear. The complexity of its layout, aligned with celestial patterns, suggests that Angkor Wat was more than just a temple. It was an astronomical observatory, a cosmic map carved into stone. The carvings on its walls tell stories from Hindu mythology, the battles of gods, the journey of souls, and the eternal cycle of life. But alongside these legends are depictions of daily life, warriors preparing for battle, dancers performing sacred rituals, and kings displaying their might. It is as though the temple was meant to be a world in itself, combining heaven and earth within its walls. One of the most fascinating mysteries is the alignment of Angkor Wat with the sun and stars. On the spring equinox, the sun rises directly over the central tower, creating a perfect visual alignment. Scholars argue this cannot be coincidence. It was a deliberate design to connect the temple with cosmic forces, making it a sacred gateway between humans and the divine. Yet, for all its grandeur, Angkor Wat was eventually abandoned. By the 15th century, the jungle began reclaiming the temple, its roots snaking into the stone, pulling apart walls and covering carvings in moss. For centuries, it remained hidden from the world, until European explorers stumbled upon it in the 19th century and were astonished by what they found. To them, it seemed almost impossible that such an advanced and massive structure could have been built in the heart of the jungle so long ago. Today, Angkor Wat still stands as a wonder, drawing millions of visitors each year. But no matter how many times it is studied, questions remain. Was it truly just a temple, or was it also a center of power, astronomy, and spiritual knowledge? Did its builders leave behind hidden codes in its design, messages that we are yet to understand? What makes Angkor Wat so mysterious is that it embodies both human achievement and the unknown. It shows us what ancient civilizations were capable of, planning, engineering, and artistry that still amaze the modern world. And yet, its deeper meanings, the spiritual intentions of its builders, remain locked in stone, waiting for us to uncover. Far out in the windswept plains of Peru lies one of the most puzzling creations of the ancient world, the Nazca Lines. At first glance, they look like random scratches on the desert floor, but when seen from above, they reveal enormous designs of animals, plants, and geometric shapes. Some figures stretch over hundreds of feet, so large that they can only be fully seen from the sky. This has led to one of the greatest mysteries of archaeology. Who made them? Why? And how were they meant to be viewed? The Nazca people, who lived between 200 BCE and 600 CE, are believed to have created these lines by removing the reddish surface stones and exposing the lighter soil beneath. What makes this extraordinary is not just the size, but the precision. Lines remain straight for miles, figures are perfectly symmetrical, and curves flow smoothly across the desert. Without airplanes, satellites, or modern surveying tools, how did the Nazca achieve such accuracy? Some researchers suggest they used simple tools like ropes, stakes, and grids to map out the designs, but others argue that the sheer scale indicates a much deeper knowledge of geometry and astronomy. Indeed, many lines seem to align with the positions of the sun, moon, and stars during solstices and equinoxes, hinting that the desert may have been used as a vast celestial calendar. The figures themselves are no less mysterious. There are birds with wings stretched wide, a monkey with a spiral tail, a spider, a whale, and even what looks like a humanoid figure waving at the sky. Why would an ancient civilization go through so much effort to create images that could not even be seen properly from the ground? Some scholars believe they were offerings to the gods, massive ritual drawings meant to be viewed from above by divine beings. Others think they might have been maps of underground water sources, guiding the Nazca people in their harsh desert environment. Over the years, theories have ranged from the scientific to the fantastical. Some have even suggested that the Nazca Lines were created as landing strips for extraterrestrial visitors, a theory made famous by authors of ancient astronaut ideas. While most archaeologists dismiss this, the thought lingers in popular imagination, fueled by the sheer mystery of why such giant figures exist in a place where almost no rain falls and the desert has preserved them for over 1,000 years. Even today, walking among the Nazca Lines feels surreal. From the ground, you see nothing more than pathways across the desert floor, but when viewed from an aircraft, the patterns emerge as if the Earth itself has been turned into a massive canvas. For the Nazca, these may have been sacred messages, prayers etched into the land for the gods of the sky to read. What makes the mystery even deeper is that we may never fully know the truth. The Nazca left no written records, no explanations carved in stone. All we have are the silent lines stretching endlessly across the desert, whispering secrets from a vanished civilization. Were they astronomers, artists, spiritual visionaries, or something far beyond our understanding? The Nazca Lines remain one of humanity's most enduring enigmas, reminding us that even in the barren emptiness of the desert, people thousands of years ago created something so vast and mysterious that it continues to capture the imagination of the entire world. Deep within the jungles of Cambodia lies Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument ever built and one of the greatest wonders of human history. Rising above the forest canopy, its towers resemble lotus buds reaching toward the sky, a symbol of both divine power and human ambition. Constructed in the early 12th century by King Suryavarman II, Angkor Wat was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, but later transformed into a Buddhist temple. Even today, its vast corridors, bas-reliefs, and towering spires leave visitors in awe, as if stepping into another world. The scale of Angkor Wat is almost beyond belief. The temple complex stretches over 400 acres, surrounded by a massive moat and walls that measure more than 3 miles in length. The central tower rises 213 feet into the air, symbolizing Mount Meru, the mythical home of the gods. Every surface is covered in intricate carvings, epic battles from the Ramayana and Mahabharata, celestial dances, and scenes from everyday life, each telling a story carved in stone nearly 1,000 years ago. What makes Angkor Wat even more mysterious is the precision with which it was constructed. The entire temple is aligned with incredible accuracy to the rising and setting of the sun during equinoxes. On these days, the first rays of the morning sun rise directly over the central tower, bathing the temple in golden light. Many scholars believe this alignment was not accidental, but part of a grand cosmic design connecting Earth with the heavens. But how did the Khmer Empire, without modern machinery, manage to build something so immense? Millions of sandstone blocks, each weighing several tons, were transported from quarries miles away. Scholars debate whether they were floated down rivers or carried on massive rafts, but the sheer manpower and organization required is staggering. It is said that more stone was used in building Angkor Wat than in constructing the Great Pyramid of Giza. As if the temple's size and beauty were not enough, hidden beneath its surface are even more secrets. In recent years, archaeologists using ground-penetrating radar have discovered an entire network of buried structures, roads, and water systems beneath the jungle floor. This suggests that Angkor was not just a temple, but the heart of a massive city, home to nearly 1 million people at its peak, a metropolis larger than many European cities of the same era. Despite its grandeur, Angkor Wat also carries an air of mystery. Why was it built with such devotion and precision? Was it meant simply as a home for the gods, or did it serve as a cosmic map of the universe, encoded in stone? Some believe the layout of Angkor reflects celestial constellations designed to mirror the heavens on Earth. Others argue that it was a spiritual gateway, connecting mortals with divine realms. Over time, the Khmer Empire fell into decline, and the jungle slowly reclaimed much of Angkor. For centuries, the temple lay hidden, known only to local monks and villagers, until European explorers brought it back into global attention in the 19th century. Even then, its secrets remained intact, its purpose only half understood. Walking through Angkor Wat today feels like traveling back through time. The echo of footsteps in its silent halls, the towering shadows cast by its walls, and the endless carvings that seem to breathe with life all remind us that this was not just a building, but a message carved in stone. A message from a civilization that reached for the divine and succeeded in leaving behind one of the greatest legacies in human history. The true meaning of Angkor Wat may never be fully known, but its presence continues to inspire awe, wonder, and endless curiosity, standing as both a monument to human achievement and a mystery that refuses to be solved. Far away in the heart of Peru, hidden high in the Andes Mountains, lies Machu Picchu, a city lost in time, and perhaps the greatest mystery of the ancient world. Perched nearly 8,000 feet above sea level, this Incan citadel rests on a narrow ridge between towering peaks, often shrouded in clouds, as if the heavens themselves were guarding it. For centuries, it remained hidden from the world, untouched by Spanish conquerors and unknown to outsiders, until its rediscovery in 1911 by Hiram Bingham. What he uncovered was not just stone walls and terraces, but a doorway into a forgotten civilization. Machu Picchu is often called the lost city of the Incas, but in truth, it was never really lost to the local people. It was their sacred refuge, a spiritual center built in harmony with nature. What makes this wonder so astonishing is its location. Imagine building a city on a razor-sharp mountain ridge, with sheer cliffs dropping thousands of feet on either side. Yet the Incas managed to construct terraces for farming, temples for worship, homes for citizens, and a vast network of roads connecting it all, without wheels, iron tools, or modern engineering. The architecture of Machu Picchu is breathtaking in its perfection. The Incas used a technique known as ashlar masonry, cutting massive stone blocks so precisely that they fit together without mortar. Even today, after more than 500 years of earthquakes, storms, and landslides, the walls still stand strong. The stones are shaped in such a way that they interlock and absorb seismic shocks, a feat of engineering so advanced that modern architects still study it with awe. Some blocks weigh more than 50 tons, yet were transported up impossible slopes. How? That remains a question with no certain answer. But Machu Picchu is more than an engineering marvel. Its very design is infused with cosmic meaning. The site is aligned with astronomical events. The Temple of the Sun captures the rays of the rising sun during solstices, while the Intihuatana stone, often called the hitching post of the sun, seems to function as a solar clock or calendar. To the Incas, this was not just a city, but a sacred observatory, a place where earth and sky met and where priests could communicate with the gods. Equally mysterious is the question of why Machu Picchu was built in the first place. Some believe it was a royal estate for Emperor Pachacuti, a retreat from the capital. Others argue it was a sacred pilgrimage site, a bridge between the human world and the divine. Still others see it as a hidden fortress, protecting the Incas' most sacred knowledge. Its true purpose may forever remain unknown, hidden in the silence of the stones. Yet Machu Picchu was not immune to the passage of time. After the fall of the Incan Empire, the city was abandoned, slowly swallowed by the jungle, forgotten by history. And then, when it was finally revealed to the modern world, it captured imaginations everywhere. Today, millions of visitors make the journey to stand among its terraces, to breathe the thin mountain air, and to feel the mystery that lingers in every stone. But perhaps the greatest secret of Machu Picchu lies not in what we see, but in what we feel. Standing there, with clouds drifting through the peaks and the wind whispering through the ancient walls, one realizes this was never just a city of stone. It was a place where the Incas tried to touch eternity, where they carved their beliefs, their dreams, and their connection to the cosmos into the very bones of the earth. In many ways, Machu Picchu is the perfect symbol of the ancient world's greatest wonders. It embodies human creativity, resilience, and the eternal search for meaning. It reminds us that even without modern tools, ancient civilizations achieved miracles of architecture, science, and spirituality. And it leaves us with the same unanswered question that has echoed through all of history: how did they do it? As we reach the end of this journey through the wonders of the past, one truth becomes clear. The ancient world was not primitive, but brilliant beyond measure. From the pyramids of Egypt to the temples of Angkor, from the statues of Easter Island to the mountain citadels of the Incas, humanity has always reached beyond itself, striving to leave a mark that outlasts time. Machu Picchu, standing silent among the clouds, is more than just a wonder. It is a reminder that the mysteries of the past still live with us today. And as long as these stones stand, they will continue to whisper to us, urging us to keep asking, keep searching, and keep wondering. Because the story of the ancient world is not just history, it is our story, and it is far from over.